Another stabbing today at Quay in Dublin, okay, which is a main thoroughfare, almost the Dublin city centre area, and it's almost getting insane at this stage. Every single day there's a stabbing, there's a shooting. Yesterday I reported on a shooting at Fairgreen Shopping Centre in Carlow. Now another stabbing. Apparently the two people involved in this are two Algerian men, which is in North Africa, okay, random North African country. I have a video here to show to you today about the actual stabbing, and then of course afterwards I'm going to be talking about the sort of media's response and how they lie to the people, they brainwash and propaganda the people into thinking that only white Irish people commit crime in this country. So stay tuned for that. We're going to watch this video here. It says a man has been allegedly stabbed in the stomach and the leg, okay, which has been confirmed. And there was an original video as well. You guys can go on X and watch it. It's too violent for me to show on YouTube, but there was a lot of blood. He got hit in the main artery in his leg, okay, which is crazy. You know, you can die very, very quick from that. And, you know, I'd suggest everyone to bring like tourniquets, buy tourniquets on the internet, you know, that are made in Germany or the US, very, very strong ones, okay, because if you get hit in your arm or your leg with a gunfire or stab wound, which is very realistic now in Dublin 2025, then, you know, you're able to cut off the blood circulation, you'll actually survive. But the guy looked like he was in a bad way. I'm not actually sure did he live or not. You know, it says mostly he was in critical condition. But yeah, let's watch this video real quick.
Dublin here at Quay. Stabbed in the head and in the leg. Guard everywhere, fire brigade, ambulance, helicopter. Guard everywhere, town, top west, town, Dublin City, Ireland. It's not safe. It's not safe. Don't come here. You have plans, rearrange them. It's not safe.
Yeah.
It's a shithole.
Yeah, I agree 100%. You heard it from the man. You know, Dublin's turning into a shithole. They're basically turning it into a dump. You know, why two guys from Algeria are just fighting on the street in broad daylight, stabbing each other is ludicrous, okay? This occurred late last night afternoon, okay, and it was just crazy. When I heard it, I was like, you know, obviously I wanted to go and make a video straight away, but I wanted to get a couple more facts and talk about the aftermath, because a lot of people don't talk about the aftermath of these kind of stabbings and shootings. So crazy stuff. They said there was a lot of Gardaí, ambulance, fire brigade, and the Garda chopper, the flipping helicopter, was at the scene, because, you know, I don't know, did the guy get arrested afterwards, the other Algerian man, the guy that stabbed him, or whatever happened, but it seems like it's a crazy situation overall. So yeah, and this is the result of Helen McEntee, Micheál Martin, Simon Harris, Leo Varadkar, bringing in EU human trafficking, you know, UN, thousands of people randomly just to sit here, do nothing, collect the dole, whatever. You know, people get agitated, they get pissed off, doing nothing, you know, so it's a complete shit show. So very interesting article. So straight away after that stabbing, an RT put up an article that said, man seriously injured in Dublin city centre assault. First of all, they should use the word stabbing, because an assault could mean, you know, hitting a guy in the face, which isn't that serious. But a stabbing or a shooting, they use this when the guy is a foreign guy, okay? They use these words to manipulate the public. Also saying man, okay? But the funny thing is, guys, they said man seriously injured. They didn't say Algerian man. But the craziest thing is, right after the shooting yesterday in Fairgreen Park, okay, where there was a shooting where the guy shot himself, it says that the Gardaí identified the deceased man as a white Irish male. That was almost instantly after it happened. So why is it they can't identify the guy who only got stabbed in the leg and the flipping stomach? Okay, you can clearly see his face on camera on the other video where he's seriously injured, waiting for an ambulance, but they can identify the guy who shot himself in the head. You know, the guy's face would be flipping blown up to pieces if he shot himself in the head. So how can they identify him quicker than they can identify an Algerian guy? Just from a physical standpoint, it's even impossible. Completely ridiculous. This is used to manipulate the public, like I said. There's also another video here where this lady is seen arguing with people. I don't know if she's a Gardaí or a reporter or is she part of the flipping, you know, the CSI kind of investigation team? I don't really know if there's much to investigate. You know, your man stabbed him with a flipping knife or something crazy, probably a knife, all right? Or, you know, it wasn't like a beer bottle or anything like that. It was like a flipping straight up knife. So let's listen to what this lady is saying here, because there's another stabbing, and like I said before, daily occurrence now.
Walk away now.
Got people who seen something they didn't really want to see today.
I understand that.
Do you think my people want to see what happened today, or do you? Well, I'm letting my people know what happened here today. I'm letting my people know what happened here today. So you can ask me whatever you want, I'm letting people know what's happened here today. Because I guarantee we're in there now, or this will be all cleaned up and gone and never even spoken about. And that's where her whole borderline says she should keep behind that. Someone's asking me here, was he Irish? And I'll leave. Was he Irish?
I mean, there you go. There's the question, was he Irish? And nobody would ever answer that. And it's funny because, you know, if you think about it, like, they would never answer these questions because they want everything kept hush hush. And if it wasn't for X and Elon Musk and Donald Trump, we wouldn't know about any of this, guys. If we didn't have X or Twitter, these videos would be nowhere. They would only be like maybe in like Telegraph groups, because you can't post them to Instagram, you can't post them to flipping Facebook, you can't post them to YouTube. So the only platform that's really freedom of speech, to a point, I understand there's also some other limitations, you know, from other countries in the Middle East. But I'm saying, for the most part, the limitations on what we can see are only, thank God, coming from other platforms. And X is a completely free platform, okay? Because if it wasn't for X, we wouldn't know of any of this other stuff. So absolutely crazy. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Stay safe, stay free. If you want to help keep me funded to push back against the mainstream media on YouTube, because YouTube really, honestly, is the biggest platform. Every other platform, Instagram, Twitter, it's all bullshit, guys. You know, Twitter is big, actually. Not Twitter, Instagram. You know, all these other platforms like Instagram and flipping Facebook are bullshit. Okay, the only big ones are Twitter, X, and YouTube. Okay, these are where you have to post videos. It's where you get the most views, the most amount of people see them, so we can help change the public shift in ideas. Okay, posting stuff to Instagram, it really doesn't do much, guys. Okay, Instagram's like a dating app. It's bullshit, right? Post your videos to YouTube, post your videos to Twitter, okay, and make sure the public sees this message. Okay, make sure the public sees this message, guys, because this is important stuff that they are just hiding from the people. And if it wasn't for Twitter and certain people, you know, posting these videos to YouTube, no, a lot of people wouldn't know about this stuff. So it's absolutely crazy. Yeah. So, but yeah, this is going to keep occurring. I guarantee tomorrow there'll be another stabbing, or tonight, and I'm going to report the same thing. And we can see the way the media manipulates the message, guys. Man, the only guy, if he's foreign, he's a man. Okay, if he's white Irish male killed. Okay, so, or stabbed. So you guys can see the public persona shifting. Everybody knows the playbook of the mainstream media is bullshit now, and we are the mainstream media. I love you all. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.